Hi, this is Tim from lapsandShutter.com. Today we're going to cover what to do if your LG TV has got horizontal lines on screen. So you can usually just fix this in a few minutes. It's pretty easy to do. I've got 9 steps in total that you can go across. I'll cover each of them briefly. If you want to see more details, then just look at the article that's linked in the description for this video below. So the most common cause of horizontal lines on screen for your LG TV is a problem with the HDMI or signal cables, or possibly with the T-Con panel. But we'll get into that in a bit. So it's good to start with the simplest fixes first. So you should start by power cycling your TV. So just switch off and unplug it. Hold down the physical power button on TV for at least 15 seconds. Wait for at least 30 minutes for any residual power to drain, and then just plug your TV back in and try switching it on. For most people, this does tend to fix it. If not, then have a look at your HDMI cables. So there could be a faulty cable, a damaged cable, a poor connection, something wrong with the port in the TV. So just try switch off your TV, removing all of your HDMI and other physical cables. Give them a clean, use some compressed air if you've got it, and then firmly push the cables back in and switch your TV on. You can also just try using a different HDMI input. So most TVs have got multiple inputs, so just try plugging the cables into one of those. You can also just have a look with no cables in, just open up your on-screen menu and see if you can still see the horizontal lines. If you can see the horizontal lines that are going across the on-screen menu, then that means that there's a problem within the TV itself rather than within the HDMI cables. So before we look at that, just you should also just make sure that your wall socket's properly supplying power, that there's no low voltage or something, or a faulty surge protector, which can cause lines on your TV. And if you've got one of the new LG OLED TVs, they do have a manual pixel refresh, which can be very helpful. So go to Settings, Picture, OLED panel setting, and then Pixel Refresher. You don't want to run this more than once in quick succession. It can affect the peak brightness and colour reproduction of your TV, so just make sure you try it once. If you try it once, it should be fine. If this doesn't work, then you can update your firmware. So the smart LG TVs should automatically update firmware. You can just check that's on by going to Settings, All Settings, then Support and Software Update, and make sure Auto Update is switched on. For older TVs, go to Settings, All Settings, General, About This TV, Auto Updates. And you can also use the Check for Updates button to manually see if you're running the most recent firmware version. For even older LG TVs, you'll probably need to update the firmware by USB, and there's more details of how to do that on the article linked in this video's description. If this doesn't help, then try factory resetting your TV. So you can just press Home on your remote, go to All Settings, General, System, Reset to Initial Settings, then just follow the on-screen instructions and hit Confirm. The default pin, if you need it, is 4 zeros or 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also do it without the remote, so just hold down the TV's power button for 10 seconds. Then use the volume plus or minus, or the channel plus or minus to scroll to menu and get to the reset menu that way. If you change your pin and you can't remember it, then go to All Settings, Support, Advanced Settings, Safety, Reset Password. Then on your remote you need to press Channel Up twice, then Channel Down once, followed by Channel Up once. Put 0313 in the box, and then 4 zeros, and then you can choose a new pin that you remember. For the older LG TVs, so not the new OLED ones, a common cause of horizontal lines is poor gate driver contacts. So these, the gate drivers or the row drivers, they're along the left and right edges of your TV, and they fire each row of pixels in turn. When one of these fails, then you just get a black horizontal line. If your TV's only got one set of gate drivers, then the black horizontal line can go the entire length of your TV. If it's got a gate driver on each side, then the horizontal line will probably only go halfway if only one of them has failed. So you can try and fix this if you just squeeze the edge of your TV panel gently next to where the TV is, and you can see if that helps the driver make contact and make the line go away. If it does remove the black line, then you can open the back panel and try adding some tape to the gate driver to keep pressure on it and keep the contact in place. Now there's more details on how to do that in the article, link below. If this doesn't work, then it's probably an issue with the T-Con cable. It's a bit too much to go into right now, but there's a lot more detail in the article, link below. Essentially, you've just got to open up the back panel, try taking out the T-Con cable, giving it a clean, and reseating it. You can also use a multimeter just to check that the clocks on the T-Con board are working properly. But there's more details on how to do this in the linked article. Finally, if that doesn't work, there's a related video on here that shows that you can use tape to block the T-Con signal. If some of the clocks on the T-Con board are not working properly, I'll put a link to that in the description below as well.